another interesting episode on your favorite talk show, the lifestyle session on the I5 TV. Today we're going to be talking about our religious leaders. Oh, sorry, I was so engrossed in the topic that I forgot to introduce myself. As you all know, I am Mr. Olamilekon. Back to what I was saying, yes. We're going to be talking about our religious leaders, the pastors, the imams, and their excesses. Come on, it's getting too much. And nobody's talking about it. Are we scared? We should learn to speak. We are the Sorosoke generation. Otherwise, going to come out of it, mate. I didn't say that, actually. So, and I'm not going to be the only one talking about this today. I've got two interesting, thrilling, and I don't know how to describe them again, very special guests. They are going to be discussing this with me on this show today. I know you can't wait to meet them. Stay tuned, and when we come back, you'll meet my very beautiful and handsome guests. Yeah, I'm Mr. Olamilekon, and it's the I5 TV. Just like I told you, I've got a beautiful and handsome guest, right? I mentioned beautiful and handsome here, and you can see their faces looking all glammed up and all. Alright, yeah, I'm still Mr. Olamilekon of the I5 TV, and just like I told you, we will be talking about our religious leaders and their excesses, like Otipoch. It is too much. And on my left, I've got, no, introduce yourself. I want to do it.
My name is Oluwatobi. People call me Toby God.
Oh, what?
Don't let us do this. Thank you.
Yeah, on my right, I have got.
Okay, my name is Jenny UK, and that's it.
And if you want to see more of her, she's got a YouTube channel, Jenny.
Yes, I'm a YouTuber, and my YouTube channel is Jenny Upai. So that's it.
Alright, you're gonna pay for advertisement, actually. So yes, first of all, we want to ask, are there still real men of God? Like, are there still real religious leaders? Like religious leaders? Like, I don't know who to direct the question to. Who wants to have something to say about it?
I don't know. I think, okay, ladies first. So
Yeah, let's just follow ladies first, right?
Okay, so I think,
Yeah.
of course, there's still real men of God, because I'm a strong believer of God. So the fact that I know that I have the conviction that there is God, and I know that I still believe in God.
Yeah.
So, of course, there are people that were really called by God.
But how do you recognize the men of God?
How do you recognize a real man of God? Basically, it's about that conviction in your spirit, one, and two, your relationship with God.
Okay.
That's the first things first. You have to have a relationship with God to even be able to decipher if somebody is giving you bands, or do you understand? Because anybody can sell anything to anybody. Like, you can just come and just tell me that this cup is anointing oil. Drink it and you're going to prosper.
And that's actually rampant in churches of nowadays.
If you have a relationship with God,
Yeah.
and you have read your Bible,
Yeah. Or your
your Quran,
right.
yeah, so you would be able to realize that at some point, this thing doesn't make sense. Oh, God is not a God of confusion. I mean, I don't know, but that's me. I'm speaking for myself.
Like, that's how you recognize real men of
yes,
God.
there's this conviction in my spirit, one, two, and then you always get a confirmation.
Is there a special way or another way you recognize the men of God?
Well, spiritually speaking, there is something we call the silent spirit. To pick it up from where Jenny stopped.
Please stop all this church plain.
No, we're discussing
religion.
You cannot take out
You can't.
spirituality from religion. Either Islamic, traditional, Christianity.
That is it.
It has to be spiritual at some point.
As simple as that.
If you want us to be,
Okay, yeah, you were saying something. Sorry, I cut you short.
Yeah, to pick it up from where she stopped.
Yeah.
There's this thing we call the silent spirit.
Okay.
When someone is giving you a fluke, this one is a puzzle skill. Like and she made mention of something.
Okay.
She said relationship with God. I think that's the first thing. If you have this relationship with God, see, there is no way someone would be like talking this thing and well, I'm
but let's not overform relationship, because some men of God. Do you know? Okay. Do you know that there can be instances where a man of God, your daddy in the Lord, you know, daddy one, that you have been looking up to.
Daddy Jesus.
Yeah, daddy Diosa and all of that. We give you Fabu. He didn't hear from God. How do we know?
Okay. There is something. See, sometimes ago I was discussing with my friends, and we got to a point whereby, you know, God, most of the time make use of the ones that we see that, oh, this one is
The one we used to hide.
yeah, this one is an
we-
abandoned project, and we
Okay.
use it for this certain purpose. You see, those are our daddy Gio that have all this clock thingy. Sometimes God still uses them.
Yeah.
But the thing is, still boils down to that relationship with God. If you get it like this, you know that this man is not.
Okay, so let me give you guys this instance.
Okay.
I have this friend,
Alright.
and when my friend was younger, there was a missing item, a wristwatch that was missing in church, and everybody said, the pastor said that God told him that it was my friend that stole it.
Wow.
Now, this is Daddy Wa. His parents were furious. Like, you know, when you know your child doesn't steal,
Yeah.
but your daddy in the Lord said that God in heaven minister to him, pay your picking active the wristwatch. The boy was saying, I did not take anything and blah blah blah. Now, they found the wristwatch later. And guess what? Nobody apologized. I know that God doesn't lie.
No, it doesn't. Like you
So
said.
who was lying? I didn't say anything. I didn't.
Okay.
Okay, please.
Oh, you want me to say to answer that?
I didn't talk.
I wouldn't know. I don't know too.
So yeah, we just confirmed that there are still some real men of God, and at some point in time, yes, the flesh can creep in, right? Because they said we should put some level of spirituality into it. So now, I want us to really talk about this. Will you agree with me that the number of fake men of God these days actually more than the real ones? Just yes or no?
Okay, the question is, how do you know the fake ones?
You already talked about it now. Like, will you just agree generally, like looking at it from, don't go too deep, like just looking at it from the surface level. Like, if you're able to look at this person, this one is real, this one is not real. Can you be able to do that?
See, the thing is, everybody's looking for a miracle, one way or the other. So, you want to know that this thing is still like, do you know that some people leave a particular church just because the momijio or somebody stepped on their feet in the church? See, people leave churches for different reasons. Now, knowing, okay, is this a real man of God? Is this a good man of God? I think it still boils down to
Yeah, I don't know, but I
spirituality.
feel like we cannot have a yes or no answer to this
Alright.
because it's relative. Different things apply to different people.
Mhm.
So do we know if we have higher number or if I can't tell you that fake men of God are now higher than real men of God, or real men of God are higher than fake men of God. But I just know that in the last days, fake people will call upon
Like
his
the
name or will
Bible
come.
said, he said there will be surprises.
They will even come.
Let's even leave. Let's
So I
leave
don't know.
the Christianity part of it now. Yes, right. I can confirm I don't know if it's some years back or should I say some months back, that there was this news of an alpha that actually beat a very little girl, and I don't know, it was all over the internet that period. I saw it. I don't know if you saw it. Like, those alpha that used to beat children so much in Ileke, what is their aim actually? That's part of the excesses of the religious leaders. We're not even just looking at pastors alone this time around. Also looking at the alphas. Like, is it that they beat the children so it enters their head? I don't understand.
You know that coconut head like that. They want to wipe it off.
It's the same thing. They want you to learn. And if you are not learning that thing and they teach you something
So
today,
when you kill me now, is that when I'll learn?
If you die for your leather, it's okay.
Yeah, so now let's talk about our churches and our mosques again. These days, right, I know I'm not talking jargons. From my own personal research, I've been able to see that on one street in Lagos State that I actually stay, you can have like 4 churches on one small street, not even street, a close. You know how small a close can be. You can have like 4 different churches. Please, what is the essence of all this? Building lots of churches. Like, you can have one church beside another. They will tell you it is one denomination and another denomination. Like,
so that you will hear word. If there is a church right beside your window,
yes,
you will hear word.
No, Toby, I beg to disagree.
okay.
My house
Okay.
is in the middle of 2 churches. I have one on my left, I have one on my right. I've got to meet Dad in the road. I went to meet him because he wanted to run me mad. No jokes. It's an excess
Seriously.
that we have to deal with. Like, these people are not considerate. And then they make you feel like if you talk about it, you are committing sin. But guess what? The day I went there, I go and do madness.
They don't say them is using you.
They have to call me with it because I don't care.
That's
I don't care because okay, their service runs on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now when I moved into that house, it was really lockdown. So I know that churches here, they have services and all of that. So I didn't really think about it. I just felt that normal now. At least it wouldn't be that bad. I already made up my mind, okay, Sunday, me I would have gone to church and then you have your own service. If I go to their church, not until these people started. The church is not soundproof.
Wow.
And we share a fence. And they have service. The day I went to meet them, there was the man of God had to call me because I reported them to the authority. I called police. I did everything.
So wait, wait, sorry, I had to do that. Toby was actually saying it was for us to hear, right?
Okay, that was on the lighter note. Because me myself, I do not see
You do not hear
where I used to live.
Yeah.
There's this man that usually comes during festive period.
Yeah.
He travels and he comes. I don't know why we love to do things in excess in this country. Over there, you dare not make a hell of a noise. Now, this man entered the country. This one it was even a mosque. By 5 a.m., the noise, and the man walked up to that mosque. And he talked
Yes,
and
you
blah, blah, blah.
talk about it.
After like 2-3 days, they continued. There was
Like, wait, okay.
police officers. They entered everywhere, and people now tag the man. Well, the man is this and stuff like that. So I don't know why we love doing things in excess in this country.
Yeah, so don't you guys think that all those timings, now let's talk about the mosque and all of that, right? All those timing, like all those 5 a.m. What of people that are not Christian? Like, don't you think it's part of the excesses?
Don't we think it's part of the excess?
Abi-
How do you not
Abi-
think
Abi-
it's an excess?
Abi-
If you don't think it's an excess, it's a problem.
Yeah, right.
Like 5 a.m., I'm already hearing the Muslim cry, the normal wake up call.
Yeah.
And let's be realistic, not everybody is a Muslim. Not everybody needs to wake up by 5 a.m. to pray.
So what would you advise?
Everybody should have sense. Churches, mosques,
All of
all
them.
of them should have sense.
Like, what kind of sense?
Please, no sound outside your building.
Let
Everybody
everywhere be sound.
proof. If mosque want to do that your this thing, the highest you can do is call for prayer without that megaphone. I know there's some mosques that the alpha guy will just be by the window and then he's calling.
That is when there is no light.
No, but I know they do that. So if you can do that when there is no light, please, there's no light every time.
So yeah, when you're saying they should soundproof everywhere so the sound does not come out, that brings us to the topic of, so that brings us to this part of setting up churches or setting up, what's it called? Religious institutions, churches and mosques and what have you, for business purposes. Like, I personally feel, when there are plenty churches everywhere, plenty mosques everywhere, like on each street you can have like 5 mosques. Don't you think it's for business?
I won't lie to you. There is money in this. There is money.
If when we are done there like this now, I can decide. I go and push church. Story I have calling.
Okay.
I have a
I
calling.
can be.
If I minister,
Oh,
Okay.
Lord.
so
So-
you people, if I minister to you,
So-
you will come to my church.
Okay, right. The thing is about the soundproof thing and the churches being business, like churches are more business oriented even than financial institutions nowadays. Like, it is no lies, right?
Yeah.
That brings us. Then, nowadays, we have churches that have, what's it called? Private universities that their members cannot attend.
Now, on that note,
Yeah.
if we look at it very well,
Yeah.
education,
Yes.
if not subsidized by the government,
Yeah.
is expensive.
Okay.
If you want quality education.
Okay.
But because everything in this world that has to do with religion, we have to be blind.
Now, yes, you're saying education is expensive. And
Yes.
why can't religious institutions leave education for people in education? Why do they?
Imagine if now take the population of people in private school and add them to our federal schools. Do the math.
The population of people in government schools are more than
Yes.
those in private schools.
And we are complaining, Abi.
Yes.
I'm saying now that the load that private schools are taking off federal institutions.
Yeah.
Now take away private universities and bring those undergraduates
Come on.
over to the federal world
Chill.
and see the magic that will be happening there.
Now, Cam, let me tell you. You know there are private universities that are not owned by churches, right?
Yes.
By
But
private
they're still
person.
expensive.
That's still expensive.
They are expensive, but even if you're following the precepts of religion, right, you have to be fair to your neighbor, is it not? Why do you have private universities owned by churches that the members cannot attend? Or it's not even beneficial to the members.
No. Now I want to say
man.
something, Toby. I'm sorry, guys, but I need to say this. The people, the lecturers
Yeah.
that are teaching those students,
Yes, please.
most of them are not, some of them are not even Christians.
Okay.
You have
Church
families
members.
to feed.
Okay.
Now, if the government, on a normal day, federal lecturers, why do you think they are complaining of salaries?
Okay.
Now, the same, okay, so a private university has to pay salaries, has to give quality education.
Let me break it down.
Their
to
infrastructure
you.
is
Teaching
even
staff,
not
non-teaching
teaching
staff,
staff.
the domestic workers, from
Everybody.
cleaners, everybody, and these
They get
people
paid,
have
right?
families.
families.
Yeah, they
So
have-
imagine
okay.
if the situation was that okay, private universities, because they are owned by churches, they should pay peanuts. The same workers in those schools will come out and say churches are not paying them well. Like
Okay.
they work in institutions that are owned by churches
Yeah.
and they are being paid peanuts.
Okay.
The only way things like this can work is if okay, the government comes and says we're subsidizing. So give these people, will pay a certain amount of it.
If you're saying the government should say they are subsidizing and all of that, the monies they are using to buy private jets, why can't they use to subsidize for their members too?
If I'm a pastor today,
Yes.
I'm still a human being, right?
Yes, right.
Did Jesus Christ say that we should not enjoy our life?
Don't say that.
Now, because I'm a pastor,
Yes.
my university is it's a business.
Okay.
It is not the church.
Okay.
Now it is a business, it's a separate entity
Correct.
on its own.
Okay.
They have board of directors.
Mhm.
They share profit and loss. Why should I not own a private jet?
Okay. Let me.
So
Okay.
you know what? We
See,
don't like to balance
You,
things.
you,
Okay,
you,
okay,
you know what?
okay,
you know what?
okay.
I actually understand where
He is coming from.
Alright.
Yeah.
But the thing is, let's look at these things. See, churches too, we need to at least, those universities, members pay tithes, they pay offerings and
Mhm.
everything, you know. But our members, their money they there.
Calm down. See, sorry,
So,
please, Toby, please. You said because you're a pastor, you need to enjoy life and all of that. Now I am saying, the money, part of the money you are using to enjoy life, right, are from the tithes and offerings
Says who?
of I said part. Just chill.
Says
Like
who?
wait. See, logically speaking, it is going to be part of it.
How much? Let me ask a question.
Okay.
Do you know that churches still have accounts?
They do, right?
Do you know that pastors are being probed?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm speaking from the financial aspect.
Okay.
Because you're a pastor now,
Yeah.
and they have accountants, they have church accountants. Especially for big churches that earn this money that we're talking about.
Accountants, the money they are accounting for, who is paying?
Whether it is whether it's offering or tithe, I'm telling you that it is being accounted for.
Wait.
Pastors are
Okay.
on salaries.
Okay.
Do you
I
realize?
know.
not all actually.
Most pastors now, full-time pastors are on salaries. Oh.
Wait. I want to just ask this. I want to say this, right? You're not understanding what I'm saying.
I don't.
The church have accountants, right? They account for the money that are paid by the congregation, and one way or the other, the funds coming into the churches, and pastors are also being paid salaries which enable them to be able to get private jets and all of that. What I'm trying to say is, if you're owning, what's it called, a private jet, right?
Yeah.
To some extent, your congregation needs to enjoy little benefits, like little benefits from whatever you're trying to set up as a church or as an institution, as a religious institution. Do you understand the point I'm trying to come from?
Do you know that there are so many churches that have these platforms where they give back to the church members? Do you know that there are churches that have a platform where they establish their members? People refuse to look into these things. People, because you want to lash, because you want to antagonize, because you want to put them down, you don't balance it.
Exactly, it's not about balance.
Let me even give you this example. In my church, see, the pastor organized this thing to establish people. Do you know that at first we just give without receiving any profit? But at some point, members will collect money and they will abscond. So we started making the process very, very hard for you to get the stuff. So if you want to pull down the church, if you want to antagonize the church, if you want to look at the problem facing the church, you need to balance it. You understand? So churches are giving back to the community too. Churches are giving back to their members. So we need to look into that. Don't say, because so many people are lashing these people, let me join them. No. It's not done like that. I understand. My dad is not a pastor, but my mom used to be someone that is very, very spiritual. So, but then, what you're saying, churches too.
Yeah, I actually understand, right? It was just for, it was just having your opinion. So I just don't want to conclude that, this is how it is. Because that's why you and...
Yeah, but in my own opinion about the whole church thing, I just feel that, like Toby said, before you talk about the church and you are quick to antagonize them and lash them about funds.
Talk about church.
Let's also realize that these people, or religious institutions, generally, the church, the mosque, I know about now that people are fasting, the mosque, you see them calling, like when their members come, I don't know, they feed them. They feed some people on the street and they do all of that. Please, where are they getting this money from? Do you understand?
So when we want to...
when we want to talk about those things, let's be able to balance it.
When we want to criticize, also...
The church will give some people money. A man in church will just go and impregnate one auntie. He does not have any job. It's the church that will be feeding the family.
So finally, I want to ask this question, right? Nowadays, don't you think this is actually going to be the last part, right?
Okay.
I don't know if we're going to have another probably consideration of this. I don't know yet. It depends on whatever our production manager says or whatever the audience, you and others actually say. So the question is this, very simple. Don't you think nowadays our pastors and imams are telling us what we want to hear rather than what they are supposed to tell us? Like, rather than, okay, this is the standard, this is what the Bible says, this is what the Quran is saying. They are telling us that, okay, you have to have money, the Lord will give you money, because that is what you want to hear. Don't you think so?
See, that still boils down to you knowing who is who. Some people will tell you what you want to hear because of what they want to collect from you. So it is you that we know. See, we have them, that will tell you this, and you know, you understand? And we have some too that will tell you the truth. You understand?
Yeah,
so
right.
we don't want to talk about some areas, but then these religious people, we need them. Do you know?
Sure,
We need them. Number one, in talking about all this, so to say politics, some people listen to them. Some political leaders listen to them. Some people listen to them. Some of us, that time, if I offend my mom like this, and Mark Pastor saying, she knows. The pastor, you understand? So it is about
balancing, yeah. So we are still the i5 TV, and yet today we've talked about the excesses of the religious leaders and the religious institutions generally. That's gonna bring us to the end of today's episode. Don't forget to engage with us on our social media platforms, the i5tv@gmail.com. That's if you're going to send a mail to us. And we are on WhatsApp, just in case you have some observations, some things you want to share with us. We're always active. That's if you want to reach us on WhatsApp, 08174606869. I am Mr. Olamilekan. A lot of you are going to look at where is the other coast. Don't worry. She's chilled, like she's chilling. She's coming for you people. And yeah, I'm going to talk about my guests again. You will have to agree with me that they've been amazing. Come on, I'll give it to them. Thank you very much, Toby God. So yes, you can just tell us about yourself.
Alright, my name is Toby, and my Instagram handle is Toby Cod, and I am a backup artist, a professional backup artist. And that's all.
Tell us about yourself also.
Okay, my name is Jenny. I'm a YouTuber.
Thank you.
What else? I'm a businesswoman.
What's your YouTube?
I have a 9 to 5 too. So that's it.
What's your YouTube?
Okay, so my YouTube handle, my YouTube channel is Jenny Ukpai, JENNY UKPAI. My Instagram handle is jenny.u.k. Yes, that's my handle across all socials. So you can follow me. I'm an interesting person.
Very interesting. As you can all see, she's a very interesting person, and so to see more of her, you can just visit our YouTube. Our other brother here, he said what he does.
We can actually work together.
Let's go on this show. Thank you very much, and that brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you. It is still the i5 TV. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at the i5 TV. Don't forget to also subscribe. Please, I beg you, subscribe. Let's drag this thing to 1,000 subscribers. I beg, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. And also, you can reach us on WhatsApp, or you can send a mail to us. Our WhatsApp number is 08174606869, or you can send a mail to us at the i5tv@gmail.com. I remain Mr. Olamileko Trotier. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.